This right here has to be one of the most important type of shots in pool you have to master if you want to be a successful competitive player. And the great thing about mastering this shot is it teaches you so many things. Not only will you gain a much better speed control, but also a much better understanding of how the cue ball reacts and how the object ball reacts if you hit a certain part of the object ball. This means you will understand the cutting angles and the aiming on the object ball much better just by doing this one single drill. Let's have a look at a training session with a student. We were working on exactly this shot. How could you play a safety from this shot?
Put the 9-ball down here and the cue ball.
9-ball down here, cue ball down here, so maybe like this.
Yeah.
You're continuing from here?
Continuing from here, I would think probably end up putting the 9-ball and the cue ball here.
Right, so split shot. I like to always use sort of left spin on those shots. Now you're in that position back again.
Yeah.
So what you could do here, of course you can play the same shot.
Yeah.
You can also
roll up on it.
Just do this.
Yeah.
Then we could do, maybe we can split it again. Just like this.
Yeah, because it's still tough.
It's not cuttable. Then you're going to split it again. Double kiss, didn't split it, left an open shot. Now it's basically over.
Okay.
So this is, as I mentioned, speed control, hitting the exact point on the object ball. This is also something Alex, for example, did with the Mosconi Cup team.
Okay.
So this is suitable for all type of skill levels. The only thing that changes is how many successful shots you want to make in a row. So for example, the Mosconi Cup team has to do 15 shots in a row. For example, you can give yourself the goal to make 6 successful safeties in a row. So let's give it a try. Let's see.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
hit too much of it.
Too much. So cut it a bit thinner. Maybe not even the spin, maybe because I think you were trying to bring it down like this.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe you have to detect
play
that it's
this
more
rail.
natural to play it down like this. Good enough. Just good enough. What do you do here?
The only thing I could think of is playing it where you're playing the 9-ball here to here and put the cue ball back out in the center of the table.
This works, but I think
Or
that's
you
a
see something-
bit too difficult here. I would actually try to cut the 9-ball directly to here. Just use a trace of right spin.
So that
cut it
way you're
thin.
not really working that table and that.
Yeah, yeah. It's good enough, I would say. Even though it's cuttable,
Yeah.
let that count.
Oh, that's way too much.
Okay, what were you trying to do?
I was wanting to just lightly thin it to here, kick the cue ball back and bring it
I
down
see.
table. So that way all you had to do is just drift it over this way.
Yeah, I think in that case it's a bit too difficult. This can go completely wrong.
Yeah.
So better always play
Just
safe.
go straight across.
Yeah, bring it straight across, yeah. You always want to weigh up a bit the percentages, even though the other safety would be a bit more forceful. This is definitely playing it safe. Of course, you always got to consider you might going to leave a bank here.
Yeah. Oops. I left it open.
Yeah, that's always a bit difficult to roll it in. But even here, what you could do, even though it looks like it's not doable, you can still send the 9-ball
I didn't even think about
table.
that. Yeah.
Cue ball is going to travel
Naturally
a bit here.
come back anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't want to make it.
Yeah, and it would have been also be too soft. So really, really go behind the ball, pick your line. Probably go to here, and then just make sure to not underhit it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to baby it too much.
Yeah. Nice. This exercise is so good because it tells you so much about the speed of the table, about how the rails behave. Gives you a nice feeling for the table. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, even here, it looks so difficult, but even here, you could send it directly down here. You can also send it from here to here. But the cue ball, if you use a right spin, is probably going to go wild. So we don't want to use that right spin.
We want to kind of cut it, but use left a little bit. Oh, I had the right idea.
Yeah, 9-ball was really good. Let's try to play it directly down. Was it like this?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. The good thing is if you're cutting it directly, the cue ball will never scratch into the corner. Just a bit too full.
Yeah.
It went into this line, so a bit thinner, but you can see it's already good enough. So what you do here?
Probably the same thing, which is to just leave it across.
Right, yeah.
Oh, too much.
That's too hard, yeah. So this is why it also gives you a nice feeling for how you
how hard, how soft, the finesse shots.
Yeah,
right?
it's two more things I want to tell you.
Okay.
Because you just, I think when you had that type of shot,
yeah,
you told me you want to bring the cue ball all the way down.
Yeah.
But it's a bit difficult, so it's not.
Because I feel like I feel like I have to actually hit a lot harder for it to go. But I'm afraid that the harder I hit on this, the 9-ball's,
it's gonna go more to here.
Yeah.
And this is why sometimes you don't even need to bring the cue ball down table as long as the 9-ball.
Oh, center. Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's here.
Rather than always trying to bring it down here, bring it.
Because it was not natural in this case to bring it down without sacrificing the position of the 9.
Yeah.
So sometimes, if it's not natural, of course, it would be way more powerful if the cue ball is here. But this is still a safety.
Yes, it is.
This is still good enough.
That would be difficult.
Yeah. So always try to figure out, is this really natural to bring the cue ball down? And here, it really isn't.
Yeah.
You have to.
I kept on thinking, bring it down table.
And then this happens, right?
Yeah.
So, and one last safety shot.
Okay.
That is overlooked by so many players, even players who are playing for years already. So if you're, for example, in that situation, looks like you still want to try to bring the cue ball or the 9-ball down table. But what you could actually do, of course, if you're close to the 9, this is also a very powerful safety shot. And this comes up really, really often, more than you would think in matches. And even better if you have, for example, position like this.
Oh, yeah.
Just maybe a touch of inside.
Kind of hide it right behind it.
Hide it behind the 9. You can see how easy it is.
Yeah,
There is no risk. And you can even bring that ball in between. So this is a really powerful one.
Yeah, I like that.
And this is basically, this is standard safety play you need to have nailed down. Because if you can't play those kind of shots, it's very difficult to even play more difficult or more advanced safety shots.
Yeah, I like what you had said on the videos and even today of the last guy that you had here playing in your room, he was like, you know, the way I look at things, and I look at it all as percentages. What's the percentage of me making the shot?
Right,
And
yeah.
if it's, you know, not within that percentage, play safety, play
Right.
defensive.
Right, yeah.
And that way of thought process, I would have never thought to do in a million years, but it kind of gives you a different perspective on things rather than, well, yeah, it would look cool if I do this, right? You know?
Right, yeah. And the thing is, the less difficult shots you take on, the less you're going to miss.
Yeah.
And always when you're missing, you're losing control. You have to rely a bit on luck to
Yeah.
leave it safe.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes you can play a shot and have in mind, well, it's probably going to end up safe. But if you don't want to miss shots, don't take the difficult shots on.
Yeah.
Stay in control of the table, play a controlled safety. This percentage play is so huge, basically. And when I'm playing pool, every single decision, every single shot I'm taking on, every single route I'm trying to take, every single spin I'm putting on the cue ball is always weighing up the percentages of how likely am I to making the shot, how likely am I to get a position. Does my percentage increase if I kick that way or if I kick the other way?
Yeah.
This speed increases my percentages, and all pool is 100% percentage play.
Yeah.
And of course, percentages are not the same for me as they are for you, as they are for Jason Shaw, for example. Of course, depending on your skill level, you have to take different decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta
What
be
you're more comfortable
Right,
with, maybe, you know, yeah.
So you got to be very self-conscious about your own game, about your capabilities. That's really important.
Gotcha.